Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Notorious Nick. So it's about a one-armed MMA fighter who gets a chance to fight for the lightweight championship. I don't know. It's based on a true story, so that's kind of neat. The only actor I recognize in it was Kevin Pollak. It's 5.8 on IMDb, but only 201 people have rated it so far. It's an hour and 28 minutes long, so let me get into it. See if it's any good, based on a true story. Who knows? Alright, only 201 people have watched it. We're going to be 202. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Notorious Nick, and I have to say, it was a pretty good story. I didn't know anything about it except for what I shared with you. Yeah, you know, I mean, I always wonder what's true, what's not true, but it was based on a true story. And it really was, at first it started off, and let me say this, and not to be, you know, I mean, it's more of a B film than it is an A film, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, when, I didn't really know many people in the film, put it that way. So, but still, I enjoyed it. You know, the story is, I think, what makes this movie, obviously. Not the way that the camera angles are, or the, you know, the lines that they say, or anything like that. It's really about the story. And it starts off, you know, with him as a young kid who has one arm. And getting into wrestling, you know, and as you can imagine, it's very difficult. Or anything that he's going to be doing is going to be difficult. So it's like odd when you watch it and it's like, wow, you know, you see him going into wrestling and it's like, I thought he was going to be like an awesome wrestler. Well, spoiler alert, this is the beginning of the film. He wasn't. But one of the things that I liked was he had this friend, Abby. That was his best friend, and like, you know, they become best friends throughout, you know, the film. And it was nice to see that kind of relationship. You always root for that, you know, when he's getting bullied, the guy would pick up on him, that kind of stuff. So, or stick up for him, not pick up on him, stick up for him. So I liked that aspect that they showed that. But the whole time you're watching this and you're like, how does he get to a championship fight? And you know, they do a great job of telling that story, and I think it's motivating. It's motivational, I guess. It's not motivating. Motivational kind of story. You know, and I guess the moral of the story is if you really want to do something well, work twice as hard as everybody else. And you'll see that that's a quote. You know, and then at the end of every film that's based on a true story, I like to see pictures. I like to see the words. We got the words. And we got actual footage of the actual Notorious Nick actually fighting. So that was really cool. I thought that was great. I wanted to see how much that was true. One of the aspects, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but the influence of the mother in his MMA fighting career, I found interesting. And I don't want to spoil it. No, I won't even go into that. But you know what I mean? Like, it was... And maybe, I mean, that she should be very influential and supportive, you know. But there's one spot where I was like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to go into too much detail, but, you know, I won't do it. But, you know, that was one thing. But other than that, I thought it was good. I thought that, you know, he had, you know, in wrestling, and when he was wrestling in high school, he had a wrestling coach. You know, and the initial response when he asks him to start coaching him in MMA was interesting. Like, I wonder, like, those little details, how much is true, how much is false. They share a little bit about his family life. You know, his mother's a single mom. Like, what was his father, like, that whole story. Yeah, I'm always just intrigued by that. But in the end, the whole story is definitely worth watching. Especially if you like MMA, you like feel-good stories, you like motivational stories. It's definitely worth watching. It's pretty good. So we're the 202nd people to rate this for sure, and it was at 5.8. Definitely going to be higher than that. I enjoyed it. Nice and short, so it's not too long. Doesn't belabor anything. But there's a lot of good to it. And I'm sure there's some people who would critique whatever it is. You know, the dialogue or the cinematography or anything like that. But I'm letting the story overtake my entire opinion of it. And again, I don't know how much of it's true, you know, and I don't know how Notorious Nick was really in real life, but how he was in this movie was good enough for me to enjoy. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. Like I said, check it out. Absolutely. It's worth the watch. Alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.